Can you hear it?
They didn't want me to go. So
No.
I'm going to have to go.
You can get out
It's
there.
not my show. It's theirs. So I'm going to go. Please let me go because I don't want to dance anymore.
Come on, Gelman.
I just want everyone to know this is absolutely Jackye Clayton at the club and her groove on 1,000%.
This is real footage.
Yes.
And
How about that special guest Jamie on with us dancing this morning? Because we are so sorry to be late, everyone. That's why Jamie was on, because Jackye was having trouble. Did you wind up restarting the whole computer? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Something was going Microsoft or something just
so
decided,
weird.
or Apple.
At first, it went to my phone microphone. I don't know. Listen, the bad juju.
And on our side, all Jamie and I can hear is. I was like, it's Kuwait. What is happening? Like, it was
It's
like
not
that. It's true. It sounded like a war zone.
Look, and now there's a lag. I don't know what's happening.
It's all right. You're not a lag. You're not a lag.
Thank you. You're schmoopy. You're schmoopy.
Good morning. Oh, are you disheveled this morning? Is there so much going on? Are you good?
There's absolutely nothing happening. I do have to say, I did get my hair done on Friday.
I know, it looks so good.
Different shade. Do you like it?
I do. It's like more like golden, a little deeper.
Which is like literally me sitting in there going, it's not platinum. Where's
I
the
like it. I do like it. You actually look very, I don't know, there's something about it. You look a little more mature. The platinum was
That's exactly.
The platinum was a little bit like I'm the naughty, I'm the naughty stewardess kind of like from the 60s.
Look, that's what everybody said. Look at that naughty stewardess in the HEB looking for beans. Look at that naughty stewardess looking for lactose-free milk.
It's like that. It's the stewardess from Pan Am circa 1970.
Yes, fully.
And this hair is a little bit more like I'm running for re-election. It's nice. I like it.
It feels like a lot. But I did tell her this time, I was like, you have to tell me that when we have to shift to gray. Because I was like, we might,
When you have to shift to gray, girl, come on.
It might be appropriate. Listen,
girl,
all I know is that I see lots
time.
of You know what I mean? Like,
it's time.
Like,
somebody's lying to you.
Listen,
it's time.
Okay, I'll do it. Next time you see me.
Gray. If I let my beard grow in, it is like white.
Listen.
It is white. It's horrible.
I just meant when this isn't cute at all, and then it's like, honey.
It is cute. Listen, I'm gonna what you've heard me say this before. Gladys in accounting with her South Philly red. I hope Talia's on this morning.
That's right.
And she's 84 years old. Girl, her hair ain't fire engine red. That's not her. Gladys, let it go.
I used to work at Holiday Retirement, which had the assisted living communities, and our independent living communities. And I would tell you, some of those ladies, they on purpose, it would be like aqua, it'd be pink. They're like, we don't have anything to worry about. Like,
and they are getting their hair done once a week.
They had a lady in the place.
Yep.
In the place. They had a lady in the place. And it's really funny how people, how
wash and set. I'm telling you.
Maybe that's the answer. where if you just let it go, where people are just like, I'm just going to be fully myself. I mean, I've kind of done that a lot of years ago, but I've never done that with the hair. Maybe that's what it
My
is.
one grandmother, for sure, she was, and she lived in, for a while, she lived in a senior, like, apartments, and they had somebody come in, and she was once a week down to just, if not,
And the
if it
nails,
wasn't a week, she was more just the hair. She had to, it wasn't a color every week, of her
yeah,
hair, but it was always like
press.
wash and blow out, and had it all teased out and all the things, all the things.
Listen, I'm glad that you're here. I will tell you, I had a lovely birthday weekend.
Tell everyone. I hammered. Keep going. Tell
I
everybody.
did You were so cute. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. And for your now I'm like, oh, now I have to remember John's birthday so that I can make sure and give him the LinkedIn love.
Boy, you got a lot of LinkedIn love.
Did you
That was
see
awesome.
that?
That was awesome. First of all, it makes me feel good because I'm glad people pay attention to what I
I,
post. That
I
was
was like,
good.
oh my God, this could go really bad, John. I was a little concerned that people would
It
be
was
like,
cute. They were cute
yes,
pictures, though. Yeah, it was
I
very
guess
nice.
at this point, we're literally when they come up with memories, we've hung out long enough that it's like,
And I only chose ones from the past 12 months.
I know,
Like some of them, because
I know.
some of them were coming up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I look awful. And it
Listen,
was, the many faces of Jackye. This is like three faces of Eve.
which is
That's what
we
came up.
look literally the same, and I'm like, it's like Jackye through the years, like it's all these. La, la. I mean, and I almost took a picture and showed you. So what people don't know is that when I had alopecia, I called John and Katie and
Mhm.
Robin when I shaved my hair off. It was like a big thing, like, okay,
Yep.
this is what I'm doing. It was like we were all there as like besties. And then when I took my braids out, I almost called y'all to go live again. So you could see how
I
much hair
love
I
that,
have.
though. I
It's
love that.
ridiculous. I'm
I
always
love
like putting
that.
the pictures in. I have so much hair now.
I
I
love that.
tell people that and they're like, I was like, I have
Yeah.
alopecia. They're like, you do had, you had
Had,
alopecia.
had. I think you're
I had a
getting healed
flare
now.
up.
This is how I know there's the many faces of Jackye. When Google Photos is like, backing everything up, and they put um like they do albums, and they're like, is this the same person? Is
Right.
this the same person? And it's you in
Right.
like various stages. Is this the same person as this person? Yes.
Yes, this
Are
was in
you
Jackie's
sure? Yes.
Converse days. This was in Jackie's Old Navy workout days. This was,
Old Navy workout. I was young. I
You
needed the
know,
money.
they brought Mr. Posner back to try to work on the fashion from Old Navy. And Zach Posner, who's the fashion designer, brought him back to Old Navy to try to refresh. And he's looking at the original things. And he was saying that the construction of the original Old Navy is some of the best construction of any clothing ever of all time.
Yep.
And that
Yep.
they released going to all the fast fashion. If y'all are into that kind of thing, look it up. It's very interesting to
When
see
they first came out, right? So for everyone's edification, if you didn't know this, it's a three-tiered parent brand:
that's right.
Banana Republic, Gap, Old Navy. The tiering is based upon price point, right? So Banana's at the top, Gap is mid-market, and then Old Navy was meant to be consumer approachable. That's the nice way to say cheap.
And there's a fourth. There's the
Which one now?
outlet brand.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes. From a core brand, that
Yes.
was the initial idea, right? Um, and I believe him. Um, I believe him that it was some of the best construction,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
We had different standards.
because I used to go when it
It
first
was
came out,
great.
eight,
He brought some of
and
it
it
back.
says my can.
This is my life today. Oh.
Here I am. Oh my goodness. What a pain in the neck. Hi everyone. I don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. I'm here. I'm good apparently, but it just started telling me that my connection was lost. I assume it told Jackye the same thing. We have no idea what's happening. But we're working on changing this platform. Sorry, we're going to go to a different platform maybe as soon as next week because of these hiccups. So anyway, we have Jackye was sharing, right? She had her birthday weekend, and I am in the Philadelphia area for a few days. Fly out tomorrow. Um, and thanks everybody. There she
I'm
is,
Jamie.
Jamie. I'm Jamie too. We're all Jamie today.
Give Jamie your credit card. So, because this has to be the last day.
Yeah, I just said that.
Give him your credit card
We
because we were trying to do it this week and we needed to have both people on.
First of all, now he's changing our names and purposely wants to insult me, John Baldino, because he's on the list. I'm giving him nothing but his termination letter. That's what he's getting from me.
Okay, Johnny.
And he spells Jackye IE but puts with a Y.
Right. That's right.
He's done.
That's,
Done. So
you're done for. Actually, he's not done for. I appreciate Jamie so much, and
oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
thank you for
I
coming.
was saying you had your birthday weekend, which I want to hear more about. And I'm in Philly for a couple of days. I spoke at an event last night for Fountain, which was super fun. Beautiful venue. Beautiful venue. And beautiful weather, and it was at a golf course, and they gave us the room. We had the hookup. They gave us the room that was like could be it was in and out. It had a whole balcony area, big balcony, and people could go
Ooh.
outside and like just overlook the golf course as the sun was setting. I mean, it was
Oh,
beautiful. And so all kinds of folks were there, folks from UPS and Lockheed Martin and Comcast and I forget, all larger companies were there, and some other folks came to hang out. We got to talk all about AI. Shocking, I know. We never talk about AI. And
I know.
and then tonight I get to speak at an event in South Jersey because your friend and mine, BJ Anderson, it's her last official formal meeting as president for the chapter. So this fall, because summer they just do
Oh,
mixers. So this is her last regular meeting as president, and so I came to impart some knowledge and make fun of her.
of course, that is lovely.
Yes, and she
Aw.
is. I wish you could see her. I'll have to get her on camera later. She is so BJ Anderson. I love her to death. She has a beautiful green sort of short sleeve sweater top on, beautiful color, and matching eyeshadow to go with it. I mean, just love it. She's like, I have the matching eyeshadow. I'm like, good job. Fantastic.
Love that.
I know. So anyway, I'll be doing that tonight and flying back to Florida tomorrow.
Would love that.
So
Listen,
finish the birthday weekend.
no, it was great. It was this is how I know my husband loves me. We went to one of those Brazilian steakhouses with
Oh,
and the reason say that I know that he loves me is because I was not going to eat the price point. He just knew. Like I was like I'm not doing it. Like I'm not
no,
doing it. But he
no.
still took me anyway because I was like you're never going to want to take me there because I'm not going to eat all the whatever. But he did, which was
And
nice.
I mean, and you've done, we've done the Brazilian steakhouse thing where you do eat
Yeah.
at that price point, and the meat coma is a real thing.
The sweats.
It is awful. And it's coming, but you can't
Going
stop
in.
yourself. They're
Like
coming
they
around
should
with that
stop.
shank, and you're like, oh yeah, stop here. Stop here. Give me a piece.
But this one, it was so good. Like everything on the salad bar is so good. Nobody needs anything but the salad bar. It's the only salad bar in town. First of all, second of all, they have meat on their salad bar.
But it's a good call out that you're saying this genuinely, because I think people forget, like, like at Fogo de Chao and some of these
Yeah.
Brazilian steakhouses, you don't have to select the
No.
all-you-can-eat meat sweats.
No.
You can, like, they will do an entree for you and
Right.
just bring it out and serve it that way. And I don't think that is remembered
It
enough.
was
So
no, and Todd was like, "Do you want the ceviche?" Because I love ceviche, and I was like, I can't like
yes.
physically, mentally do it, but we'll do it next week because we're going to Miami next week.
When? I can't get down there
You can't. No, you already
because
talked.
I'm coming up to New York. I'm coming up for an event in the city with Greenhouse.
I'll come back.
Man,
I know. I'll come back. I'll come
ooh,
back.
come up to the city
Okay.
because Dino will be like super excited for us to hang out there. That's awesome. I don't know if you noticed, by the way, I played Please Don't Go because we're talking about employee retention and
Yes,
leadership today. And I was like, what a good song. Please don't go.
I will tell you. I was so also Todd is done with school, and we
Did he
went.
graduate yet or no?
No, he has not graduated. Still in high school for
That's
like
right.
20 years.
He's
Um,
our real life Billy Madison.
he
Come on, buddy.
really is. He really is. He really is. But we went to locally, we're part of Charity Champions, and they do a leadership development, and they were talking about retention yesterday and said people don't leave companies, they leave bad bosses. And I was like, first of all, stop.
Stop.
Second of all, listen, people are lazy. No, I'm just kidding. They're not,
These
But
people, these kids.
hear this so much about leadership, and they were talking about, we went into conversations about, why do you think people are leaving, what do you think the challenges are right now? And the thing that was most interesting is that he was talking about how we have to include differences of opinion, but there's certain things we shouldn't talk about. Literally said there's certain things we shouldn't talk about. What are those? And they were like, politics, religion. And I was like, you made us all pray for our breakfast. Don't now start saying that we're not supposed to talk about religion, because that's what you're saying. I can't criticize you for the prayer. Okay, got it. And I was like, you sound a little woke to me. And Todd goes, I was like,
Todd's like,
no. He was like, do you want me to say something? I said, no, because in 5 minutes he's going to say he invented a new framework and it's called like inclusion or something. And yeah.
that's when you just light up right there.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Listen,
sitting there the whole time like,
Reverend Phipps, have a seat. Let me tell you.
I was like, I cannot
Let
believe
me
I'm listening
tell
to this
you,
right now.
like,
This is great.
well, listen, everybody, just so you all know, today is the end of the world. When Jackye Clayton uses, I think you're woke, that's a sign of
That's
the
right. It's a
apocalypse.
latter
It's
day.
happening.
Today is a latter day.
It's happening. It is happening. Get your things in order. He's coming. Look to the clouds. My man is coming. I mean, it is absolutely, Lord help us, please.
The latter day.
The idea of, and I love Aaron. First of all, Aaron, and Joe, I see, my gosh, I'm so sorry because we got so distracted. Dion, good morning.
Yes,
Rachel,
and
good
Joe,
morning.
that's
So
right.
many of
With
you.
Jamie, we wanted to make sure Jamie did a little dance in your honor.
Yes, we called it the bear dance, just to be super clear. Okay.
Listen, this is why
Aaron,
I'm like, please stop saying that, because
why?
I've left great bosses. I have
Yes,
left great bosses.
Aaron, and that's why I love Aaron saying this. I've left great bosses
That's
because
right.
the company could not provide me growth,
That's
right?
right. I mean, you might leave bad bosses, sure, but that's not the only reason why people go.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, do people sometimes leave bad bosses? Of course. But
Right.
it's not the only reason why people leave an organization.
That's right.
I think first of all, I don't know um, that this is obviously true in a lot of organizations, but I really try to do my best at Humoriso to when people move on, when they move on, by and large, to keep lines of communication open, to keep the
That's right.
door open, to keep. I tend to be a cheerleader for people when they're like, I want to try this other thing.
That's right.
I'm okay. Go try the other thing.
I like to celebrate, and I like for them to tell us where they're going.
Yes.
Just tell us,
Yes.
what are you planning on doing? and it's okay too if I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to need a break for a little while.
Yep. Yep.
That's okay too.
Yep, and I've had that as well where folks are like, it's not you, it's me, but truly, like, I need a break. I need a mental health, a physical health respite for a little bit. I don't know what that's going to mean. And I have said to people, please let me know if in, 3, 6 months you're ready to return to the workforce. I'd
Right.
love to know. I'm not saying that means you have to come back here, but I want you to know the door is not closed. I'm happy to have a conversation because you may reach out to me and say, John, I'm ready. Like, I'm much healthier. I'm feeling good. I want to come back. And my response is, I'm so glad that you're feeling healthier. That is fantastic news. I don't have an opening right now. I filled the role 6 months ago when when you stepped away, and everybody's still here. I think that's okay. Like,
Yes.
I want to have an honest conversation with people. That to me, and you and I have had some chats about leadership in the past, obviously, but that to me is one of the signs to know how both the self-esteem of your leadership is doing, if they can handle that,
Hmm.
and number two, um, the the growth edge of the organization when it comes to things like career mapping and creative opportunities. Because if you're in a small organization, everybody cannot become vice president.
That's right.
I've got 37 employees. Everybody cannot be a vice president or whatever. Like, it's just not possible.
Not everybody's supposed to be a vice.
And not everybody's supposed to be. But I can at least be creative in sort of like career, job enlargement, job enrichment. We don't talk about those two. I mean, honestly, I'm going back to 1993 right now.
Sure are.
Right? We used to have these concepts of job enlargement and job enrichment. We never talk about it anymore. I don't know
No
why.
succession planning anymore. Like
Oh my
were
gosh,
fully
yeah.
understood exactly who was being groomed for what role. And well, backing up, I think we need to talk about what a good leader is.
Yeah,
Or we can say the engagement based on a good leader, like what is a good leader? Because I
yeah.
don't think employees and leadership, like the C-suite, will have the same definition of what a good leader is always.
I Let's do it. But and as we begin the segment on what is a good leader, I want to make sure, is this showing? I don't know if it's showing. Oh no, I'm
Who?
losing
What?
connection. I don't know what it's saying here. Evan is here.
The girls say hi. I don't know. Is it just John that's frozen or is it I that's frozen? That's the sad part. Like I don't know who's frozen because I'm not frozen on my side. Listen, I am so glad. See, I told you if we make John's stuff freeze, Jamie, he'll give you the credit card so that you can get your side put together. I'm just kidding. We've had problems with the restream. Jamie and I. Jamie's our real producer, not our executive producer. Um, we're going to be getting together and putting different sites together so that we can go live and not have any of these issues because we've decided that I guess we like each other and we are going to keep having the show. Now it is a mess. It says that John's here, but I don't think so. I think I oh, there he is. You made
I think it's the
it.
Wi-Fi. I think it's where I am. It's the Wi-Fi. So I just switched to my hotspot. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Look, it's so bad that now Aaron's leaving. He says big love. Now he's got to go. We got to
Aaron,
get it
what are you
fixed.
doing?
He's look.
This is an hour show, buddy. I don't want any of your
Listen,
halftime support.
we
What's
30
happening?
minutes, we've talked for 5. I
Yeah,
think we had 5 in the last 30
I'm
minutes.
so sorry about that. I think that one was the Wi-Fi that I'm on here at the office that's not being monitored appropriately by the director of technology, who shall remain nameless. The
I love the week's laugh.
Anyway, what did I miss when you started talking about? Were you defining a good leader?
Oh, nothing. But
What?
I do think I do think I like what Aaron put here about a good leader having the hot conversations, honest and transparent, and communicates clearly. But now And there is a
Well, now that
limit.
Aaron's gone, we can talk about him. What a
Yeah,
terrible answer.
great guy.
Horrible.
What a stupid thing to say. No, not a stupid thing to say. I think he's right. I think that's great from an employee standpoint. But then, as someone in the C-suite, have also had people get upset because of leaders' transparency. And it's like, listen, you have to give people the room to do what's best for them. And that includes letting people
Yes.
know. I've been at organizations where at least allude to what's happening. If you're not allowed to tell people things that are going on, let people know that there's going to be a change coming up soon. Not exactly sure when it's going to happen. I want everybody to
Yes.
prepare themselves accordingly. I will be here to help
Yes.
you through those things. I don't want anybody to panic. I'm monitoring the situation as your leader, and I will keep you updated as I am updated. And I think if people can feel safe in you doing everything that you can, when you do have to potentially part ways, nobody's in shock. And it's not going to be a good day, but at least, because that's the worst, is when you have to live in fear of someone pulling the rug out completely from under you.
100%.
You know, I can't do it on command. I
Right.
don't know
You
what's
can't
on me.
do
I
it.
don't even know. It's like my nose. I don't know. I don't know. It's a great day.
It's first of all, it's been, I don't know why it's been like this morning, but here we are. I love that you genuinely, I love that you're saying that because it is really interesting. You're likely, this seems counterintuitive. Um, and Rachel, I just give a shout out to Rachel. I heard Rachel yelling at me in the way she just typed John
Yeah.
because
Like,
John,
yeah.
John. Um, I I know this is counterintuitive because we feel like if we're too transparent as leaders, we run the risk of showing weakness, and because of that, people will lose confidence in us and not want to stay at our organizations. I know that is a flow of thought that people struggle with, but in my experience, and I'm not going to be anything but direct to my experience. I won't be anecdotal. In my experience, when I've been transparent about things, even in the difficulties that are going on, almost without exception, the audience that I'm talking to is appreciative of the transparency, and it bonds them a bit more to the organization. It seems counterintuitive. It's fascinating how often people are like, I really appreciate knowing what's going on, what we're facing, what
Right.
wins we need to have in order to be able to move forward, where we're trying to cut budgets or trim expenses in order to make things a little bit more liquid. Whatever it is you've got to tell them. I I have yet really, with almost without exception, but I don't want to guarantee it. I'll say almost everyone that I've dealt with when we've done this has responded so positively to that level of
Right.
transparency. It's a good leadership
Well, and
quality,
that's the
right?
I
I think you're
I
right.
think it's a good leadership quality, and I think that people need to understand that leadership is a skill set. It is not an expectation. I'm working with a nonprofit and talking to them. They have a new director. The people that are there aren't following like the person's what the person's expectations were for an organization, and people have been there like lifers, you know, the kind
Mhm.
that will
Mhm.
stay and complain and hate their job for years,
Yep.
right? Like they hate
Yep.
the job. And
Yep.
I told them, I was like, listen, what you need to do is get go figure out with your C-suite exactly what you're going to be doing and what the expectations. You do your strategic plan, do your SWOT analysis, do whatever. Everybody's on board, right?
Yep.
And they
Yep.
agree to disagree and commit. They're going to do all the things, right? I was like, then you go and give people the opportunity to gracefully leave. Give them,
A-
tell them, this is what we're planning on doing. If you're not going to fall in line, you will be put on a performance plan if it doesn't fall in line with these things.
And that as well, I know it doesn't happen all the time, and this I'm going to say is our fault. When you
Okay.
put people on a performance plan, and really what that means is code for we are going to let you go, then it
Right.
isn't really a performance plan.
No, and that's exactly. And I was like, the reason you have to do this with your
Yeah.
executives, because they are going to be put on a performance plan, because we're watching them and how they manage other people who are now on a
Yes.
performance. Like, they
Look
need
at
to
this
know. It's
one.
like when you ground your kids and then you have to drive them everywhere, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Who's punished? I am,
who's
because I have
I am
to do that. Right. I
for a
am.
year. That's
Dion, total, what a great shout out. Give them some agency. I mean, it is um, often the case, not always, often the case for leaders, that when things are tense, when things are difficult, the default is into micromanagement and over the top expectation.
right.
And I have had to sit with leaders, everybody, hold on. Why did we all this like microscope about this one issue? It's like, oh, it's the biggest issue ever. I'm going back, in our notes from our meetings from months past. This issue has never come up. It's not a new issue. Now all of a sudden, it's like we're all going to
Right.
die if it's not fixed today. Why? Because we started to zero in on something that feels like we can control, and because we feel so out of control with other areas, especially for some organizations today that are dealing with down revenue, top line revenue. We've got
You mean like
contracts that are pulled back.
80%,
Right. Right. This
80% of
is real.
all people in the US right now? I mean, it is real. The amount of people in, like, who aren't, or who are looking for other opportunities, that are going independent, that combined with the technology and looking at AI, combined with the uncertainty of what's going on within this market and how volatile it is. We don't know what direction, where to. I mean, it just, the truth is what it is. You have to be clear. I mean, and this is how you know. My favorite is when you talk to your team, and I've heard this, where a boss will say, "We are going to have to make some cuts." And then someone says, but are we still getting raises? I think that's my favorite. Where it's like, are you listening to me? Did you hear what I said? How many
Right.
times has the boss not said that? It's like, we don't have. Just tell them we don't have any money. Tell them we don't have any money. Like, just tell the people, right? And then people are, instead of making people live in fear and not saying anything, because you hear it so many times. Okay, but what's happening to me? It's like, no, this is happening to you. Why is this the first time you're having this conversation? Your immediate boss should have been telling you this, or teach your team how to read
Yeah.
the numbers. That's something else that I hate, when people are like, we're so transparent, we give quarterly reviews, but you don't teach them what MRR or ARR, or what,
Yep.
what people are looking at. We don't know if the numbers are good. We don't know if we're on track. Like, let people know. That's a good boss.
It's a, I mean, it's certainly an educating boss.
Right.
Even if you don't know where to start, even if you're like, I don't care about good or bad, or I believe that good or bad
Yeah, it should
are
be good or
subjective, right? Like,
bad. Right.
and okay, fine, I'll meet you in that. I won't die on the hill for what I think a good boss is, so to speak. Fine.
Right.
Start with some things that are beneficial to those that you lead,
Right.
because that's where, to your point, like the education, for instance, that's resourcing the people that you have been given charge of. That's almost without exception going to always come back positive to you, because they're
Right.
recognizing the fact that you're investing. I think that's a great call out. It is also interesting to me, in the culture that we live
Right.
in the United States. Now, love our quick fixes. Love them. Love them. I saw 5 minutes head talk, and now I'm going to X, Y, and Z.
That's right. That's right. I read one book. Here's a
Yeah,
Band-Aid. Get me
yes,
through the rest of the week.
yes, yes. I had four people, I'm not kidding you, four people in the last, I'll call it 9, 10 days, mention, who is it? Mel Robbins' book? The what the heck is it
Oh,
called?
the
Now it went
book
out of my
that,
head. Let it
yeah,
go,
yeah,
let
yeah.
go.
Let them.
Yeah, yeah.
Let them.
And let them. That's it. Let them. And this is now, all these executives. John, have you read that book? Let them. they're not happy here, let them. They got something bad to say about the company, let them. And I'm like, that's the point of the book?
They didn't read the book.
I mean,
The
and one
people
I
who
was on video and totally was all shoulder about it too. Let them. Let them. It's like, I,
you hate me. Let you hate me.
right,
Go ahead.
and here we go. We went from lean in to let them. The next one's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we just
Screw them.
want
The
to
sequel.
right. Up Yours is the next book. The it's like, I, but the problem is, if you are sitting in a leadership role and that is the presented, I'm not saying it's true about your person, but I can only go by what you present. If the presented version of your pathway towards being heard is the next latest and greatest thing that you watched or you quickly read, or you read an article about the book, you actually didn't read the book, you read the article about the book,
That's right.
and everyone around you just they know that's what you do, and they're going to be, Amazon must have delivered a new book and so read it, and here we go, and we're going to have 6 months of this
I'm
being,
guilty of that, right? Like, I'm guilty of that. I think we've all been guilty of that, where it's like,
yep,
okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But that's because real leaders who want to know something, it's a painful process. Like, it's your own therapy. I was going to tell Mandy, who just asked like recommendations for their CEO, like, to me, I think every leader needs to read Thinking Fast and Slow. It's a hard book, and Crucial Conversations, another
yes,
really uncomfortable book, but it's helpful for leaders to
yeah,
learn on how
radical
to do
candor,
those
some
things.
people tell, yes,
Radical
yes,
can.
yep, and
Oh, he
I
froze
mean,
again.
I'm not
Listen,
anti-book. I want to make, like, please don't nobody at me. I'm not anti-book. I'm just saying, like,
it's when you
if
watch
the
the TED
mark
Talk
of
of
your
the book.
leadership, yes, and you're like, this is now what's going to be true for our organization. Well, hold up. Is that really like leader from a leadership perspective? Have you assessed the organization that this is the thing that we should be
Yeah,
doing? Or is it just, I saw this person on, Sundays with Oprah, and now we got to do this. And you're like, "What?"
which is great,
Yeah,
right?
I know,
Every
I
speech
know.
he has on there will make you want to change your life. Every one. And you can't. And it doesn't always work for you. Let me see. Look, these are good ones. Look, reset. Everybody, when I was part of my layoff, I got a million books. A million.
That's what
Everyone's like, uh-oh.
I just put. Oh yeah, yeah. I see that you got that one.
Yeah.
Sean wants us to know he's pro picture book. So if you have any pop-up books at him in his development of leadership, no.
What kind of picture?
Okay. Sean, stop reading those picture books. They're not books. They're called
Bad.
magazines. Knock
Those
it
are not
off.
books. If they have a big black thing on the front, those are not the same cover. Those are books.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know you.
that's hilarious.
Uh,
I know those books. My dad had a drawer full of those books. The
oh my God, don't talk about it.
if again, as it relates to retention, it seems counterintuitive. So many things that are espoused by your default response to tension in your organization will make you think you should do things that work quite the opposite to employee retention.
That's right.
If you genuinely sort of walk the path of transparency, and I understand that transparency can be in levels.
Sure.
Like, do I want to tell everyone everything? No, I don't think that's what
No.
transparency has to mean, but something, right? Like,
I
you
think it's
want to know
important to
some
tell
things.
people when there's a direct impact that they're going to be able to feel at some point, so there's no full surprises. Some things, like you said, I can't necessarily tell you everything that is happening, um, but there are levels with that, and so what John said was right, but as long as you're emulating, like, continuous learning and you're
Yes.
human and you
Yes.
tell people that you read a good book and you're learning and you're trying to be the best boss that you can be,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
take this information internally and I'm gonna, try, and we might be trying different things, do whatever it is, but encourage them to read books and to come to you to say, these are some things, because what they need to share is, this is what I thought when I read this book about our organization. These are the things that stood out. These are the issues that came up for me as
Yes.
I read those things, because you can read those books and want to make those changes, and you go to your team and they say, no, the real change we need is just you. If you could just change, you know?
Right. Or or if you could just change, or since you can't, we
Yeah,
need to come up with a transition plan. And you can be loving in the transition plan. I'm using the L word. You can be loving in the transition plan. Loving does not mean it's going to feel good.
that's
They are not the same thing.
that's
It's
right.
not that you're going out of your way to make it feel badly, but if you're transitioning someone out of the organization, of course there's discomfort, there's a little bit of sadness, yes, but I can still honor and love them in the way in which we set them up for their transition out. We can
That's
still do that. And that's a leadership perspective. It is
Well,
you're
you should be
setting the tone.
developing leaders, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you look at your job of not just turning the widgets, but developing your team, and that's why I think people leave organizations, and that because they're not feeling the growth. A lot of times people will stay at an organization, like, because they are meeting their personal needs. They will help them within their person. If I can develop and I can learn, I might not like my position today, but I appreciate the learning. And I know that this is just one stop on my career journey.
Mhm.
People will
Mhm.
stay,
Mhm.
even if
And
it's not the greatest job.
and and you from a retention standpoint have to balance information and the gathering of information. So I
Right.
know that I think it was Joe, somebody mentioned earlier, and I'm sorry, we've had a lot of comments. Love that there's all these comments. I think Joe may have mentioned exit interviews being done for the sake of just checking a box to
Oh,
say
yes.
that we did, right? And that's such an interesting perspective because um uh if your organization has become, that's really what it's about. We just want to,
Right.
kind of this is our offboarding process. You get to sit for an exit interview. And the goal is really checkbox to say you did it. And you don't really do much with what's shared. And I will call out those organizations, and you know who you are, where after the exit interview's done, you as the HR person, if you're the one doing the exit interview, you sit with the the department manager, maybe you sit with the C-suite leadership or business ownership, and you look at some of these responses, and you wind up saying more than you care to admit. Your response to a lot of things that are brought up is, well, that's because they suck. We absolutely offered this. We
We're never
absolutely did this.
mentioning Sam again.
Right. Right. It's like
Well, good thing he's
we
gone since you
dismiss
hated us so much.
everything Sam shared. We dismiss it all
Right.
immediately. Well,
Right.
what to again, to Joe's point, what is the point of doing the exit interview then? Why bother? It's not
That's right.
required by law. It is not required by law. So, like, be thoughtful about the way in which you're actually even processing the separations, because that is going to backdoor into the way in which you approach retention. Do we even care what people have to say? That's going to impact retention. That's not a growth leadership perspective.
No, and what's been interesting is that I sit on a lot of community boards, and the exit. I learned so much in the community board when we do exit, when people are roll off because of term limits. And what's unfortunate is that a lot of people, it's like they wait until they don't have to be held accountable anymore
Hmm.
to tell you the things that they want to say.
Right. Right.
Why didn't
Like,
you say that last
why?
year?
It's
You let us
awful, but true.
lose $1 million before you said that you don't think that we're being
Yeah.
financially responsible?
And sometimes those are hard conversations, because someone may really feel like, here's all my receipts. Here are all the ways in which I tried to talk to leadership about why this. path forward had major potholes. Here's all of my proof 16 months ago. And I'm sitting with you today to say I'm not going to stay here anymore because we are walking and are living now a path that isn't working out for us. And my point of view, not about being right, but it's about my expertise, was dismissed. The competencies that you've helped me to develop are not valued. And so I want to go to a place where those competencies can be valued and utilized. Whew, that is a tough time because the receipts are there.
And it is personal. I really wish people like it's interesting. I'm really starting to move forward. And I think I said this at the beginning of the year last year, where it's like when you're working at a nonprofit, that's just a tax status, and we still have to run it as a business. But it's interesting on how people put all of themselves into work at a nonprofit, but don't put all of themselves into work or in a business. Where
Mm,
people get nervous in a nonprofit, like, oh, they're going to take it personal because they're the executive director. I would expect my boss to put everything into the work because we're all dependent on you.
yes.
Now, I mean, now we're business owners, right? Now it's like, oh, we're business owners and looking
We
at
are.
everything we have to do, like how you look at those things and how you're perceived and how do you want to how what do you want your legacy to be shouldn't stop just at the boss. And that's why so many people are like looking for what their legacy is going to be in those organizations. I'm working on a piece of software so that people looking for jobs can do a little bit of quick analysis to see if this is an organization that they want to partner with.
Ooh.
It just does a little quick scrape of the interwebs to say, this is how it looks on these various issues.
Right.
Make your
Right.
decision on that.
Right.
If it's a great place to work or not.
And the sharing of, if you're self-promoting on social media, here's how great we are, and you put up the picture or whatever. Don't think that that's the only place where the interwebs can speak to what it's like to be there. If that's all a lie, or it's
Right.
just like a front, there are other places, I'm sure of it, and it's not just Glassdoor. There are
No.
other places. I mean, Lord, y'all, go to Reddit. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, stay on Reddit because I read it.
And it's something.
And
It is something.
I mean, I'm always there's people will tell all this, all of it.
All of it. Every bit of it. And
Pirate
you're like,
Jack 222 really hates where he works and will
hates
tell you
where he
all about
works. And they'll be on Reddit saying, "Oh, did you see our latest, Instagram post?
it. Yeah,
Those four people smiling in the picture don't actually work at the organization." Like
right.
they'll tell you the thing, and you're like, "What? What?
Straight up.
What? That wasn't a stock photo. Oh no, it's a real photo." That it was that we hosted a cleanup day in the park, and they were some other volunteers who were there, who don't work
That's
for
right.
our organization. They were family members of people. So they just took that, and look at how happy. That's not what it's like to work at our company.
No,
And you're like,
no.
oh my goodness.
They will tell you the truth. It's important for people to also. I'm getting a little frustrated. There are other shows and other podcasts and different things where people are
What?
unable to separate. I know.
This is the
People,
only one.
you have to be able to separate. The truth of the matter is, you can have good people that have bad companies, and you can have bad people that found good companies. Like that's just
Yep.
the you could have a bad person who created a great product or a good person that created a sucky product. Like, make sure you put those things when you're making those types of decisions on where you want to work. Just because it's part of the Bill Gates Foundation or whatever doesn't mean that it's gospel. I just,
Right.
so many people have said, have you
Yes.
looked at those? Isn't that person who used to work at, and they used to, and it's like, but they're doing a great thing. I don't know. I see that on Reddit too.
All the time. And it's funny because listen, you can have a bad person marry a great person. It, right? And we can see that. There are some of you who have friends you're like, "My gosh, why did he or why did she ever?"
Bobby and Whitney.
Right? Ruined her. Punch him in the face. The the I'm not kidding. I better
It
never meet
depends on
him.
the docudrama that you watched, because some
I'm gonna
people
tell you
say it's
something right now. He is the drama. That man, he'll be on his back like a cockroach in 2
And what
seconds.
you
I
say,
don't ever want to meet him. The thing, the thing about
flash
that,
forward to John meeting Bobby Brown.
it's bad. It's bad. Bad. It's my
It's my
prerogative. That's what I'll be telling.
my pride.
That's what I'll be telling him while,
I knew it.
while I'm wailing on him. This is my prerogative.
Do it.
Whitney's, Whitney has a message for you through my fists.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. Oh my God.
We're in so much trouble.
We're totally in trouble.
But the idea of us being able to see it in personal relationships shouldn't be surprising that work or environment related circumstances as well. Great people can find bad companies
Right.
just like horrible people that they're smart. We have to stop being just quickly impressed with someone's ability to get
Yes.
a job at XYZ company. That doesn't mean
Right.
how many people have gotten this job at XYZ company and then honest
Right.
months later they're gone. Well, what do you think happens
And
then?
how many times have we seen somebody and been like, damn, where'd you at? That company?
Yep.
Now you at this company?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a
And
competitor? Like now you like not everybody is gonna have that. Like really do your research. We're so
yes,
quick.
there's
I mean, it
stories.
started making me
Yes.
think when you're talking about like the TED Talks, because I love TED Talks, but I'm
Yep.
talking about people that you only get an inch deep on trying to figure out the situation, the organization, and you'll judge a whole right now, especially because we're seeing so many layoffs and it's not necessarily the
Right.
leaders' fault. It's other circumstances. And so right now your employees need transparency and
And
a
some
certain amount of
companies
safety. I
they
dare I
but
use
certain
psychological.
employers don't care though, right? We know this too.
They don't.
So if you go big box, and I'm not making fun of them really, if you go big box and think about companies like Verizon or Amazon as an example, and they're doing layoffs, I know it gets, the media might be like, oh, so and so has 8%, doing an 8% workforce reduction and da da da. I want you to know the Verizon folks, the Verizon leaders, they're not at night going, we're getting some bad press.
At
They
all.
think they don't care. And I don't mean that to
They
be mean to them. It's part of the business blueprint for them. There's peaks and valleys at Verizon. I'm just picking up one peaks and valleys. They're going to blitz hire, and then have to lay off cyclically because of things. They're not at home going, oh no, you're going to post on Reddit that Verizon is so
right.
mean.
No.
Oh no, oh no. They're not. They're not.
And the thing is, and please also recognize that there are companies that as soon as they do their layoff, they're hiring the next day.
Right. For a renamed
The
role
next
that's
day.
very similar to what you were doing at a
The next
15%
day.
to 15 to 20% reduction in
Right.
the compensation band. Like
That's right.
it's what it is.
Yeah.
It's
For
what
next
it
quarter.
is.
Because next quarter, when they show that things are up,
Look,
that's just the way of the world.
Sean agrees with us. Look what he
Look,
just wrote.
I think we can we just
True.
screenshot that and we can put
Just
that up
true
every time. If you could just put that
every
in
time. Every
every
time.
week,
Even if people say you're wrong, you're wrong. We're just always going to put Sean up saying
done.
true.
Maybe we need to put that on a shirt. Sean
You
said
all were so patient with us this hour. We're really sorry about the platform and the internet. I'm really sorry. Oh no, what's the matter?
Do you see that picture of yourself?
Why are you laughing?
It's a John Key Claytino. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Jamie, conduct your own exit interview. Let me know how it goes. That is terrifying.
Best I've ever seen.
That is
True.
a terrifying image. I don't want lunch today. That's hard.
True.
True. True. Good Lord. Whoever the LinkedIn user is,
That was
good
great. Please
Lord.
give Jamie your credit card so that next week we will be
It's the personification of technical difficulties.
It is.
Oh
It
my goodness.
is.
Thank you
I
all so much.
mean, yes,
We
we're
love you
going
all
with it.
very
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great
Ting,
day. Bye.
ting,
Clink.
ting.